Hello students, welcome back to revision time. I hope you all are good. So earlier we have completed with life processes and chemical reactions and equations. And today I am starting with light, reflection and refraction. So have you people ever wondered how do we see objects? So when the light falls on any object, it tends to reflect it. And our eyes when receive this reflected light, then we are able to see the object. So now what is light? It is a form of energy which enables us to see. It gives us the sensation of vision. Light travels in a straight line. 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second is the speed of light. And whenever the light falls on any surface, it may be reflected or reflected or it may be absorbed. So now what is reflection? It is nothing but bouncing back of light after striking a polished surface, and this surface is smooth and shiny. So we all know the laws of reflection. Let us revise. It is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray, they all lie in a same plane. So image formed by a plane mirror is virtual, it is erect, it is lateral inverted, it is of same size and the distance is also same. Virtual images, when the light rays they appear to meet but they don't actually meet. If they actually meet, then it is a real image. Lateral inversion, the classic example is of ambulance where the left side appears the right side and vice versa in a plane mirror. So the main topic here is the spherical mirrors. What are these? These are the mirrors with curved surfaces. We have two types, convex and concave. So actually these mirrors are the part of the spheres. For example, concave mirror, if this is a sphere and this then is a part of a sphere. Similarly, convex mirror is also the part of this sphere here. If the reflecting surface is curved outwards like in this, then it is the convex mirror. Whereas if it is inwards, then it is concave mirror. Convex mirror is a diverging mirror. The rays here tends to diverge when they strike the surface. Whereas the concave mirror, here the rays converge. Right? Then it is a converging mirror. So now we need to remember some terms. First is pole. What is a pole? It is the center of the spherical mirror. So this is the mirror here. What is the center here? This. Then this will be P. That is pole. Center of curvature. It is the center of sphere. This is the sphere. And what is the center? Here. This is C. Center of curvature. What is principal axis? It is the line joining pole and center of curvature. This here. Radius is the radius of sphere only in which the mirror is part of. And what is aperture? It is the diameter of the sphere. Focus. It is the point on principal axis where the parallel light rays actually meet or appear to meet. For example, these two are the parallel light rays and they are meeting here. That means this will be the focus. And what is focal length? Distance between pole and the focus. So always remember, when the aperture is small, then the R will be double of the focal length, that is R is 2f. So now let us see the ray diagrams of the concave mirrors. How the image is formed by the concave mirror. So when the object is at infinity, what will happen here? This is the mirror here. So what will happen here? A ray will come, pass through the focus. Similarly from here also it will pass to the focus. So where are the rays meeting? They are meeting here. That means the image will be formed at focus. Right? It will be real inverted and it will be diminished. Similarly, when an object is beyond C, that is beyond the center of curvature, here AB is the object, then the image is formed between F and C. This A dash B dash is the image here. It is real, it is inverted and it is diminished. We can clearly see in the diagram. The image is diminished. When the object is at C only, it is at the center of curvature only, then the image will also be formed at C only. And we can see here it is real inverted and of same size. Next, when the object is between focus and the center of curvature, then the image will be beyond C, real, inverted and enlarged. When the object is at the focus, then it will be at the infinity. So because the rays are not meeting here, right? It will be real, inverted and highly enlarged. When the object is between the pole and the focus, then the image here will be beyond mirror. So if it is beyond mirror, it will be erect and it will be virtual, because here the rays are appearing to meet, they are not actually meeting. That is why we have shown here with the dotted lines, right? So it will also be enlarged. So these ray diagrams, they appear to be very difficult to learn, but actually they are very easy. So you all must have noticed that when the object is at infinity, the image is at focus, and vice versa is there. When the object is at focus, the image is at infinity. Similar is with when the object is beyond C and between F and C, right? So four cases we have learnt like this only. So fifth is when object is at C, the image is also at C, right? Easier to learn. And this here, sixth is the exception of this case, right? When the object is between pole and focus, it will be beyond mirror, it will be virtual and erect and enlarged. So in all the five above cases, the image formed is real and inverted only. Only in the last case, it is virtual and erect. So by this, it is the exception of concave mirrors, right? So also you must have noticed the size is diminished, enlarged, diminished, enlarged. For the four cases, it is alternate. And when the object and image is the same place, then the size is also same. So now what are the uses of concave mirror? It is used in torches, searchlights, headlights, because it provides the parallel beam, right? Also it is used in shaving mirror, dentist mirror for the larger images of face, of the teeth, right? Also the large mirrors used to concentrate the sunlight to produce the heat in solar furnaces. Why? Because these are the converging mirrors, right? They will converge the light rays and the heat will be produced. So next, image formed by convex mirror. We have only two cases here, so it is automatically very easy to learn. First is when the object is at infinity. Similarly, as in the case of concave mirror, in the convex mirror also, here the image will be formed at focus only. It will be virtual, erect and diminished, right? But remember that in the convex mirrors, images will be formed behind the mirror only, and they will be virtual and erect only, right? In the second case also, when the object is between infinity and pole, anywhere between infinity and pole, right? Then the image will be between the focus and pole behind the mirror only here, right? Again, it will be virtual, erect and diminished. So what is the use of convex mirror? It is used as the rear view mirrors in the vehicles. Sign convention. Sign convention is very easy to learn. We all know a graph with x-axis, negative x-axis, y-axis and negative y-axis. So what does sign convention say? First is, it says that object is always on left. Yes, we have already seen object is always on left. Distances are always measured from pole. Yes, this is the pole. Distances are always measured from here, and pole here is considered as the origin, right? So right to origin is positive. This is origin and this is right to origin. It is positive. Yes, because it is positive x-axis. Similarly, left to origin is negative. Yes, x dash axes are negative. Above the principal axis is positive and below is negative. This is the principal axis here. Above it is positive. Very right it is. And below it is negative. Yes, because we have negative y-axis. Right? Now what is a mirror formula? We have this formula here which says 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. V here is the image distance, U is the object distance, F is the focal length, we all know that. What is magnification? Magnification is the ratio of size of image to the size of object. So it is the extent to which the image magnifies as compared to the object size, right? It is denoted by small m. The formula is h2 by h1. h2 here is height of image, h1 is height of object. In NCERT it is denoted as this, right? So another formula we have is minus v by minus u, where v is image distance and u is object distance. So for the virtual image, magnification is always positive, as well as the height of image is always positive, right? For the real image, it is always negative, and the height of image is also negative here, right? So I hope this was helpful for you all. For these notes, please mail to the mail address in the description box. Links to the previous videos are also in the description box. You may check it from there. Do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.